Well, welcome to our next 4-H in this whole series. We've done quite a few of them now, and it's my privilege today to be interviewing Daniel. And welcome everyone who's tuning in. And so Daniel, first of the H's, your history. Just fill us in a little bit on where you've been, how you got here, and just some of your history.
Okay, sure. Well, I'm originally from Vancouver Island.
Yep.
Tasses.
Yeah,
most Vancouver Islanders haven't actually heard of the place.
And I certainly haven't.
Yeah, it's on the west coast of Vancouver Island, northwest.
Yeah.
It's a tiny little town. It was a mill town, and when the mill shut down, 20 years ago now, the whole town pretty much packed up and left,
right,
including us. So we moved to Pitt Meadows with the family. I got 2 sisters and 1 brother, and we all moved out there with my mom and dad, and we lived there for some time. We've actually been out, they've been out there now longer than they were in Tasses, and a couple years ago I found my way to Port Alberni after struggles of sins of my youth and such, and ended up here in Port Alberni, and I think I'm where I'm supposed to be, and that's a little bit of my history, not too much, but
So how many years you been in town here?
2 years.
2 years, okay, so that's not that long.
Not that long.
No, you're only a year and a half ahead of me.
Yep, but you probably know more people.
Well, maybe, but maybe not. I'm trying to get to know more people.
Yeah.
So, but you've been here largely during the pandemic then. That has obviously slowed down your integration into the community.
Probably not.
No?
No, I've lived a pretty lonesome life, and I'm probably communicate with more people now than I ever have in my history of my life. Yeah, I am probably more involved. I used to stick to myself, and I didn't really feel the need to venture out and be with people.
Yeah.
I felt like there's always usually tension and issues, people. And so, but I love people, and I want to be reunited with old friends, old Christian that I used to know. I believed most of my life.
Yeah.
And I really want to share Jesus with people as well. And the world needs him, so that's where I'm at, and that's where I feel like I'm led. Yeah.
And we need each other too.
Absolutely.
I think that's the other thing I'm hearing you say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, thanks for sharing a little bit of your history.
You're welcome.
We're going to move on to a different location, and we're going to cover the second H, which is some of the heroes in your life.
Okay.
All right. All right. We're here in front of the fireplace now. Second H, again, heroes. So who are some of the people who've had an impact on you that you would classify as, the significant people, the heroes in your life?
Right. To have an impact on me, well, it would definitely be the Lord's faithful servants. There's not that many of them, to be honest. My parents, my mom, my dad, they stayed together during the hard times, which is incredible because now they're in love again. And just the faithful, I grew up in a church, and I wouldn't say I necessarily devoted my life to Jesus the whole time, but there was people that did, and that's amazing. They stayed faithful, they didn't turn, and incredible testimonies of the faithful one. That's who I consider heroes in my life. Like even yesterday, or this morning, I watched Sandy Weebs. Yeah, and she stayed with her husband. She's my hero. Yeah. These women that stay with broken men that are jerks to them, they're my hero.
That's pretty heroic, isn't it?
Yeah. For sure.
Well, that's pretty powerful mentioning that. I mean, I don't know if you remember in Sandy's comments, but I had mentioned that was my parents too. Very similar scenario unfolded there, and I'm forever grateful for my mom. For hanging in there, and for my dad for getting through it.
Yeah. It's impressive.
It is. Yeah, it's life-changing. Those are the hard things in life.
Especially when the world is telling them not to do it.
Yeah, take the easy
in
way
every
out.
direction.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem wise to do it, but they listen to the Lord over what seems right, and that to me, those are my heroes.
Yeah. Well, it's being self-sacrificial, and none of us
is.
really wants in our flesh, I think, to be a sacrifice.
Right. Right.
That's the problem with being a living sacrifice, is you tend to want to crawl off the altar.
Sure. It's not the easiest way.
No.
But it will be, because it will turn out better.
Yeah.
If you listen to the Lord. It doesn't seem like it at the time.
Yeah.
I believe.
It's the way of greatest blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how many of things in life are like that? That they're hard and difficult, and you maybe don't want to go there because it's hard and difficult, but yeah, you can break it right down to even the physical body. You know, how many of us want to get out there and start working out and doing all those things that are going to lead to good health? It's hard. It's a sacrifice, but it leads to the right things, and it's not much different with spiritual disciplines.
I think so. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Thanks. So we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, we're at the third H. So here we are with the intimate one.
The heartaches.
The heartaches, yeah. So whatever you're comfortable sharing with us, that part of your story.
Right. Comfortable sharing. That's the big one, isn't it, guys?
It is.
Well, I would say most of my heartaches and hurts, you know, there's obviously not obvious, but in my youth, there was things that hurt me. But in the big scheme of things, I probably did more damage than anyone to myself and to my family. I lived for myself. I did what I wanted, when I wanted, and I was the king of my own life. But I knew that Jesus was the true Redeemer. So even though I was the king of my life, I wasn't a happy king by any means. Living for yourself is just, that I don't know if I have regret, because I am where I am and I am who I am, and I'm very happy that the Lord has freed me from many sins. I was in straight bondage for a long time, and I did that to my mom and my dad and my brothers and my sisters. In Christ too, like the whole church family. We're hurting a lot of people when we're not sharing the word, I believe, and that's what I live with a lot of my life. So I'm very happy to be back and communicating with everyone more and more, my family, and we all get together and we can praise the Lord together, and it's unreal. So those are my heartaches. You know, there's been times where the church has hurt me or hurt my family, but I'm, tell you the truth, sick of hearing about that kind of stuff. I love the church, and I want us to start loving each other more and more, and be forgiving with each other. So,
that's good.
But
that's good. You know, what I like about the way you seem to be phrasing it is that it's, you know, it's good to feel compulsion and a need to confess things and to get forgiveness, but it's not about regrets, right? It's about moving forward from there and being freed from that sense of regret or shame that might come with it. And it's like you get a whole new chapter, a whole new start over, right?
Absolutely.
And move forward in the freedom of all of that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's good. And I see you soaking in that, Daniel. I want to encourage you in that.
Thank you, sir.
Be free. That's awesome.
It's the way to go.
Yeah. Good. All right.
All right.
So we got one more to do. We're going to talk about your hopes.
Yeah. Hopes.
Okay.
Or we're doing.
Yeah. We'll move to another site.
Okay.
Okay, Daniel, we got the last one now. We finish on that positive note. So the hopes, the things you're holding on to in terms of hope and just the bright spots in life.
The hopes and the bright spot. All right. Well, I've thought about this watching everyone's videos, and I want to come up with a cool answer too, but I really can't think of any other answer than the hope that we have to go to heaven with our Father.
That's the ultimate hope.
It's the ultimate hope. And now another hope is that my friends and family can come with me. It's pretty important. And I'm afraid a lot of people aren't gonna hit that mark. So my hope is that the Lord will give me the ability to be a lot more of a light in this world, and that I can share the truth and not shy away from sharing Jesus in whichever way He wants, whether that's by action or by words. It's always about action, but I hope He just gives me the words at the appropriate times that I can share him, and I can be someone that spreads seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? With that desire, I know he's gonna. I know he's gonna.
Well,
do
I
that
hope
through
so.
you. Yeah. And I think he guarantees so as well.
Yeah.
So
that's the
hang
best
on to
thing.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, and I'm hoping that in so many ways for this church and this community to be exactly that, a major sower of seeds.
Yes.
In this whole region. So
yeah.
hold on to that together.
And I think a lot of that will be shown by the love that we show each other.
Absolutely.
So I do have a hope that we can be patient with our brothers and sisters, because that is huge. We need to be graceful for each other, because we all have different thoughts and opinions.
Yeah.
And so we need to stick to the truth of who Jesus is, but also have patience for, everyone around us. So
yeah, always.
Always, yeah.
Absolutely. That's good. Well, that's awesome. Thanks, Daniel, for sharing these things with us today.
You're welcome.
And that wraps up this edition of the 4-H's. Thanks again.
You're welcome.